Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to give you an honest update of the last 4.5 months, how it has been for me to use the EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra on my home to be off-grid. Now, when I first did my first video, I had been using it about a month already, and I was using it 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Okay, so I have a chart to show you how much my bill has decreased by doing it 12 hours and 12 hours. And then I have been doing most of my circuits for the last month 24/7. And I'm going to show you how that has worked out for me. All right, so if you want to hear my update, let's get started. All right, so let's get started in our comparison. So here I have my bills for 2023 and the exact same months for 2024. Now I did these 4 months because these are the 4 months that I have owned the EcoFlow Ultra and I have been using it every day in my home. So as you can see, in August of 2023, my bill was $302. And then in August 2024, it went down to $213. So in August, September, and October of this year, all of my bills are a 12 and 12 of running my generator. So what I mean is 12 hours, my house was off grid during the daylight, and then 12 hours I moved it to the grid, so at nighttime. Then in my November bill, you can see it's a little bit different, and I want to let you know why. The reason is in the middle of that bill, I started doing most of my house 24/7. I have another diagram to show you like 30 days of me doing 24/7. What I mean is not my whole house is 24/7, but about 60 to 70% is now always off grid. And so I'm really, really excited about that. Okay, I just want to recap. For those of you who have not seen my first video where I talk about the transfer switch that is hooked to the EcoFlow Ultra. This transfer switch has probably 90% of the circuits in my house on this transfer switch. So what I'm showing you here is this is all of the circuits that are run off grid during the daylight hours, okay? In this picture, I'm showing you the breakers that are ran off grid 24/7. So as you can see, I only have 1, 2, 3 breakers that I actually put back on the grid at night. And that is my air conditioning units. It's the AC in my living room, the AC in my sewing room, and the AC in my bedroom. And the reason I have to put those back on grid, even though everything I have is Energy Star, is because I only have 3 batteries. I think if I had the 5 batteries that I probably could most likely run everything off grid that's in this transfer switch box. All right, so let's go over the circuits that I'm running in my home. So I have the EcoFlow Ultra and I have 3 batteries, 1 inverter, okay? I have 13 solar panels outside. My 13 solar panels are 370 watts and they're bifacial. They have no problem charging the 3 batteries I have to 100% within a few hours. All right? I love these solar panels. Even on super thick cloudy days, I still bring in 1,000 to 2,000 watts. I love these panels. They're made by Aptos and they're 370 watts. All right, so let's go over my circuits. So listed here is every circuit I have. The on-grid where it says 24/7 is my electric stove and my central furnace. My electric stove and central furnace are still in my main fuse box, okay? My central furnace, I probably use 1 week a year. It is very hot here in Texas. I rarely ever need it. Now, my electric stove, it runs on 60 amps, so that could not be put into my transfer switch box. I wish it could have, because I would have loved to moved it over. Now, if there's some way that I could do that, I would love to find out. But right now, my electric stove is on the grid. Okay, so I have all of these circuits that run on my EcoFlow 24/7. My family room and 2 bathrooms. My bedroom, the overhead lights in the hallway, the kitchen, the dining room, and all of the ceiling fans. My sewing room, my kitchen, and my refrigerator and the island. The washer and the microwave that is over the stove. Now, I rarely use the microwave, and I use the washer a couple days a week, just a couple of loads. So it's not used a lot. Then the circuits that I use, my EcoFlow for 12 hours a day. I usually use them probably 15 or 16 hours, but just to make it simple, I'm going to say 12 on and 12 off. Is the air conditioner in the family room, the bedroom, and the sewing room. These are all Energy Star air conditioners. They don't use a ton of wattage, but I do not have the batteries to run those 24/7 right now. I think after I add 2 more batteries, it may be possible to be almost 100% off grid, except for my electric stove. So I'm really aiming for that, because my goal is to be off grid. All right. All right. So this is the most interesting page of them all. This page, I am showing you actual day-to-day comparisons. Okay, so I have the 2024 and then 2023. So this comparison is from September 7th to October 7th. I picked those days because those are the days of my billing cycle. Okay, so the bill that I just got for like $90-something came from these numbers right here. Now, these numbers are an actual comparison of running most all of my circuits 24/7 off grid. The only thing I'm running off on the grid is the 3 ACs at night. So these are the numbers, okay? So when winter comes, or it cools down finally in Texas, and I don't have to run those 3 AC units, I'm really going to see a huge drop in my bill. And my bill has already dropped about 60 to 70%. And it's going to go a lot lower when I'm not running those 3 air conditioners. Now, during this time period that these numbers were calculated in 2024, I looked back on the chart on the Energy's website, the electric company's website, and they tell you the highs and lows for every day. And last year was actually a lot cooler. It was in the 80s, and this year was in the 90s the whole month. So not only did we save 1,072 kilowatt hours in 1 month by keeping most of my circuits 24/7 off grid, but it was actually 10 degrees warmer this year when I took these calculations. So I am showing you the exact numbers. So you can see 2024 and the first one, I only used 21 kilowatts that day, and the year before I used 77. That is a big drop, guys. And then 23 this year, and 81 last year, 11, and then 76. I mean, it is crazy. I have dropped my electricity bill so much, and I'm using so much less power on the grid. I'm super excited about that. Like I said, my goal is to be off grid. My goal is not to have those bills or worries about power going out. Now when I hear, oh, the power is going to go out, I have no worries, guys. I'm sorry. I really don't. I feel super lucky and blessed right now that I have this system in place. All right. Okay, everyone. So it's been 4.5 months, and I just want to answer some questions. I know people are wondering, how is it working? Do I have any issues? Has anything gone wrong? Have I had to replace anything? Well, I'm happy to say nothing has gone wrong. I do restart my inverter maybe once a week just to restart it. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but I just shut everything down, I restart it and power it back up. I haven't had any issues with my batteries or my inverter, the transfer switch, or the hub. Everything has been working great. Let me knock on wood. Okay. So, am I saving money? Yes, of course I'm saving money. I'm running most of my house right now 24/7 off grid. That makes me so happy. But you have to understand it's going to take years to probably offset the cost that I'm saving for the amount of money that I had to invest. So right now, with the batteries, the inverter, the solar panels, the wiring, everything that I needed, I'm in about $16,000. And that's a lot of money. So yeah, I'm saving money, but it's going to take a while to pay off that 16 grand. Would I do it all over again? I would. I definitely would. Okay. I am super excited to be mostly off grid. I'm going to figure out a way to be off grid one day. But right now, I'm happy with being, 60 to 70% of my electricity use is off grid, and I'm collecting it from the sun, and I'm super happy about that. All right. Well, as the time goes by and maybe I add more batteries or something, I will give more updates. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, okay? Well, thank you for watching my video, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Like and subscribe to Grandma's channel. Like and subscribe to Grandma's channel.